The following podcast may contain spoilers.
Greetings, listeners. Hey, how's it going? We got a new book for you. I am
more excited than I think most people are used to. Kenny puts lots of effort into his openings, but that was like high energy morning radio in opening.
I mean, you're like morning radio, and Kenny is like,
Nice.
It's late night, and we're about to make
How's it going,
babies.
Oh shit.
Why
Out of
don't you
what?
kick back with a smooth glass of wine?
That's not to say
Your
bad
favorite
intro.
easy
Bill.
chair.
Hey, everybody. This is Treading the Path of Heaven podcast, and I'm Bill. I am joined by my co-host this time,
I'm Jonathan Kinney.
And I'm Rich.
and our permanent guest.
I'll read something eventually.
I mean, I saw you consuming what we talked about our last episode.
Oh no, that's true, but I didn't read it. I watched it. That's the
I
different
mean,
thing.
that is very different.
lots of tits.
But
That was a
To
filler
be-
episode.
To be
that
fair,
I'm
the
sure.
anime is farther.
Then the manga, not the
Yeah,
books.
yeah. No, that's
The
fair.
books have way too much content, but
For Seth to get through 24 volumes.
I wasn't expecting.
I was
it.
going to read 24 books, but I did watch. What are we on? Like
We watched 7 episodes.
seven
yeah.
episodes. 7 episodes.
I
of the show.
also watched 7 episodes of High School DxD.
It's true.
I also caught up to the manga, but apparently the anime goes farther.
It's a fun show. I liked I liked High School DxD a lot. I mean, there's a lot of tits. That's kind of that's the deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but like unlike every other unlike every other show that has that many tits, first off, they're better animated and more lovingly drawn than those shows. Second off, there's a plot around it. The rest of the story is inherently interesting, which is very different than most fan service shows.
also very true. Just a very interesting very interesting story. I enjoyed it. I watched it on the bus, and I probably shouldn't have done that.
I literally told people in our recording, don't watch it in your front room. Unless
he had
you live
me
alone.
sit the row behind him so that he could like curl up into a corner and no one could look.
I also watched it in a restaurant. I got a corner booth, and I set up my phone like so that it could only hit me and the wall. It was fine. It was fine. Everything worked out.
I
great.
hope
Everyone
A truly
judged
brave
you.
young hero.
Oh, the dub of the anime is fucking stupid.
Oh,
It's
man.
really they made some ridiculous choices on the localization.
And with the amount of times the characters say boobs, they start running out of normal words for boobs very quickly.
Like 10 minutes into the first episode, like I believe within a couple minutes he's calling them orbs. And I'm like, whoa.
No, just skipped over knockers straight
Yeah.
to orbs.
No,
Oh no, knockers
came
were
at-
in there.
Yeah, it's just
They
they
just
ran
hit
through
them all
already.
already.
But this is like it's very much a show where you can tell that it started as a book because of how much the main character is thinking. He thinks to himself all the time. Oh, he's got a dialogue running in his head all the time about how he wants to see that girl's tits and how, his life's going to be better once he gets the ability to see more tits, and like that's his whole
Hold on.
it's his whole thing.
Hold on. Barney from How I Met Your Mother, the cult.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Barney had a common rider suit.
Yeah. I like it. To be fair, there was an episode where he had a figurine of Kamen Rider V3 in the background.
Oh wow.
One of his catchphrases is "suit up."
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, I think
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna have to write that one down as an idea for later.
All right, but this is not High School DxD, although I with my brief interaction with it, I suppose I do recommend it as well. This book, this week we are talking about
The Book Eating Magician.
Wow, he eats books so tasty.
Ooh, this is a Korean novel,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It is indeed. Author McKenlow, translated by Rainbow Turtle. The Book Eating Magician
hardworking Rainbow Turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Does he eat the books with lots of kimchi and spice paste?
You would think that. However, absolutely not. The story of Book Eating Magician has a very Western setting. Think Coiling Dragon,
Okay,
but think even more Western.
sure.
Like, magicians sit in towers reading books and then use their natural understanding of calculations and shit and like shoot lightning or set things on
So
fire.
D&D wizard.
Yeah, no, that sounds
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's D&D
It's
Wizards.
very D&D wizard. Very, and like this world is very D&D wizard versus D&D sword guy.
All right.
Oh man, I feel bad for the D&D sword guy.
Okay, I get the Coiling Dragon.
You
illusion
get
then.
that. You say that. But one-on-one, it's not the same. Because like a wizard will just get cut down, but a wizard has the like, I can decimate your army.
Yeah. See,
Very
that's,
much Coiling
that's
Dragon.
very much Coiling Dragon. That's very much D&D. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
So
until we get to, epic levels, and then it's just...
Pretty much Magic wins.
you see, I would say yes. This holds true for everyone except
The main character.
our main character Theo.
Uh,
Theodore Miller is
His name is Theodore Miller.
That's a pretty
Yes.
boring name.
Jesus,
Where did he grow up?
in the Miller barony, a part of the Meltor Kingdom, with the capital of Manaville.
Is he
Is there a dash
Oh.
in there?
Yes,
is he a lower level noble or something?
yeah, he's the son of a baron.
Of course.
Yeah, no.
Of course.
He was the only one in his house to show even a mite of magic aptitude, so they sent him to the regional school machine. So he goes to the school machine. He's kind of really good. He's really good at studying. He is goddamn excellent at studying. He's got the book smarts.
All right.
The problem
He's
is
like a good wizard.
he
Yeah.
doesn't have talent.
Oh.
Like what's like the
no.
rating system for talent in this?
Yeah.
show?
Okay, so
Spirit Stones. Is it Spirit Stones?
No.
Ah.
that would A, be money, and B, different. God damn it.
I'm trying, you guys. Callbacks and tropes. That's all I got.
So magic in this world is produced by a separate organ that the humans have created by mimicking like higher beings, like dragons or gods or whatever. And so they have circles. They have like these weird set of circles behind their heart. Whenever you sort of like concentrate and build up your magic, and it forms a circle, and you're like, yeah, all right, I got a circle, and your circle rotates. As every other cultivation base, it rotates.
And as it rotates, you unleash incredible magical power.
Basically.
All right, cool.
That reminds me of like kind of a similar Korean novel called Dragon Making War and their little setup. It's a separate organ that
Yep.
you manipulate. That's a copy of like a draconic like magic organ.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
It is so like this world is almost incredibly like ours, except not. So like I would say if you wanted to place where this is, it's in the area of Europe around Spain, France-ish.
Sure.
Like there's a continent, there's a central continent, and there's an eastern continent, but they're stuck in the north. So I'm thinking like Northern Europe, like Russia. That's what we're looking at.
Ooh, so northeastern Europe.
Yep.
So like,
All right.
okay,
So that's pretty much the setting of our story.
like Finland.
Yeah.
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 So like as you build circles, as they get more solid, you get higher and higher levels of magic. There's first circle magic, second circle magic, third all the way up. 10th circle, I don't think exists. I think at that point you become a god.
Classic, you get your 9th level spells, and then what else?
Gotta get all the way up to godhood.
Well, I
Ninth
mean,
circle
yeah.
wizards haven't existed in a long time. Like, long time.
What's the highest modern wizards get to?
8.
8. Just straight up 8.
Yep.
Okay.
There's like 3 or 4 8th circle magicians, and that's it.
What are those? Are like national weapons or some shit?
Basically, we'll get to that
Leaders
whenever he
of men.
goes into the capital. But currently, he's on the outskirts at school, sucking it up. So you have to get to your 3rd circle to graduate.
Sure.
He can't. He's stuck at 2. He just cannot figure it out. No matter what, it just tries to form and then doesn't.
Well, is there any downside for it not forming?
He can't use better magic.
No, I mean like, some people who are trying to get that breakthrough or whatever, and they're spinning and they're using all these materials or whatever to get there. And if it fails, they have to restart from the beginning or...
No, it's that you just don't get the 3rd circle finished. The thing is, you need the 3rd circle to even be considered a wizard. Like, before that, you have basically cantrips.
Mm.
Oh.
You
Okay,
just
so it's
do
like
party
what level
tricks.
spells you can cast.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, his understanding of everything is phenomenal. he spends more time in the library than everyone else in this school combined, including the librarians, who they have described as their literal job is to check the locks. So he's become a laughingstock because he's failed to graduate twice. So he's gotten a returnee letter twice, and that means he doesn't get a third one. So if he does not graduate by the end of this year, i.e. if he doesn't make his third circle, he has to go home. So obviously he's not happy about this. He's even there's only one person on his side in the entire school. Name of Vince. Guy's cool.
Vince seems like a good guy.
Yep.
Vince is a cool guy name.
Vince Heidel is the probably best wizard on campus, and he likes Theodore's hard work. He loves his work ethic. Because that is the one thing he's got. If he doesn't have talent, he's just going to work harder than everybody.
I respect that.
I mean, yeah. The only problem is it's not getting him anywhere. So after he gets that letter, he goes to the library to just continue reading because he's going to learn more because that's just how he's going to have to do it. He starts failing at magic. He gets really sad. And then he notices there's a weird book sitting beside him that he never noticed before. Then through some happenstance, it ends up getting sucked into his hand. He doesn't realize what's happened.
Quite the happenstance, Bill.
Yeah.
Is that it became ephemeral and became a tattoo?
As in,
did a tiny mouth open up on his hand?
A tiny mouth opened up on his
Moroku hand. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Not only a tiny mouth opened up on his hand, but a little tongue can wag about.
Oh,
Gross.
Vampire Hunter D?
Yeah, no, that's where we're at.
So what he had found was a grimoire, a basically living book.
Neat.
This one just so happened to be called Gluttony.
Oh.
Part of the Seven Deadly Sins series.
Oh, no.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Man, that sounds like a publisher's best work. Highest selling series.
Yep.
Man, if we had a trope bingo card already set up for this, that might be one of
Seven
the
Deadly
squares.
Sins would be on there somewhere.
Just to dip into that real quick, Red Mage Summoner, your trope bingo card idea is a real good one, but we didn't set that up for this episode.
Yeah, we kind of need more
We'll
time
get
to
around to it though.
build it.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
my
gonna
God.
probably.
So
It's cool.
I'm gonna assume there's also the opposite of the Seven Deadly Sins. You got your
Seven Heavenly Virtues books?
Yeah.
No idea.
Oh man.
So far, all I know about are the Seven Deadly Sins books and what they're supposed to do, but that's for later.
Oh,
So Gluttony opens up on his hand and he gets a ton of status window screens.
the system.
I mean, I don't know if it's status
Check the
window.
bingo. Check the bingo for Korean.
The
system.
I don't know if it's literally status window screens, but he gets all of these messages in his head. So
yeah, no,
that's the
yeah,
system.
System messages,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude,
no,
So,
that
like-
counts.
so
That might as well be the free space.
he learns, okay, Gluttony is now stuck to you. You are its contract owner. You need to feed Gluttony or you will die. But Gluttony is a book that loves magical books. Feed it magic. So he just so happens to be in the library.
All the books are doomed.
Every single one of those books is covered in huge layers of dust. No one's been in here but Theo. So no one's going to notice if a bunch of handfuls of books go missing. So he just starts shoveling them in. And almost all of these he's read before. So he's like, okay, this one, because this one's really neat. It gives me the Ignite spell. Ignite! He now has perfect mastery over it.
Oh.
As this is, I assume, spells that are above his existing level.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it cannot force you, it cannot allow you to do magic beyond your circle.
but it actually lets him understand it.
No, he already understands it. It actually lets him connect his understanding to application.
Oh, I see.
He's
Okay.
always been like, all right, lightning bolt. And it just,
He didn't have the talent to cast it, but Gluttony lets him.
Yeah.
Since he has the knowledge, he can apply it now because Gluttony enables him to apply it.
Shit.
so
That's
book
neat.
eating, how it works. Quote unquote book name has been consumed. Your understanding is very high because that's almost always what his understanding is because he's goddamn Theodore Miller.
And he understands books. Reading comprehension is his superpower.
Basically.
Comprehension is key.
So
Knowledge is power, yeah.
Number circle spell name has been acquired. Your aptitude is blah. This happens over and over and over. And you learn all of the spells that are possible in this world and even some that aren't because, Gluttony has other functions like allowing him to mold spells together,
Ooh.
allowing him to save spells in it so that it fires it off for him. It becomes his pocket inventory. The tongue is his appraisal item, so he can just always know, oh, that's what this is. Oh, that's what this is. There are very few things he runs into that Gluttony just doesn't identify. So, like, he always knows more than what's around him.
The downside with Gluttony is if he runs out of books, he dies.
You would think that. However, he A, never runs out of books, and B, that literally is just a plot point the first moment it ever shows up, and then you just forget about it. It's like he gains eschew materials at some point and, like, doesn't have to worry about feeding his book.
Well, it is a pretty low level feat.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. You still get talks about him feeding the books, but, like, you don't get the day-to-day, oh, he fed 2 books, or, because you also, he has an option. If he can feed it 2 books or 1 book and ask it a question. So either he learns actually through books, or he can learn by talking to Gluttony, because as Gluttony eats more, it wakes up more.
Gluttony is a godlike being, I assume.
Oh yeah, all of the 7 deadly sins have a incredibly specific purpose that they are set out to do, and they will accomplish no matter what.
That's kind of scary because who created these grimoires?
No idea. I haven't actually.
That's the. If okay, sorry, team, sorry, viewer, but think about that for a second. A living book shows up and just comes a part of your hand. Like I've read Parasite. I've watched Parasite. I know what happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta assume that shit is evil. Like, you gotta assume there's some evil in the Sin series.
You could assume that, but it's not actually evil. Think of truest of neutrals. It is, or like, think singular purpose. It's almost like a machine.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it doesn't think in terms of good and evil. It thinks in terms of, this is the best course of action for what I need to do.
Efficient, non-efficient.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how the apocalypse happens.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But that's the thing. None of the sins have succeeded yet. Like,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it could be perfectly fine, or it could be the worst thing that's ever happened. We really don't know until it happens.
so yeah, things happen in the school. He has like a ranking thing where he has to show off his power. No, sorry. Somebody challenges him to a duel and then cheats, but he is better than the other guy, so he beats him anyways. And because he cheated, the principal's just like, yeah, his father said, oh, he cheated? Yeah, give the precious item that he cheated with to Theodore.
Sick.
Yeah, no, that guy's awesome. He shows up later and he's just like, I hope my son didn't offend you. He's like, that was so long ago in the past. You're a cool dude. Like,
Thanks for
No,
that
it's
magic
cool.
item.
That magic item served me well.
it gives him incredible aptitude with fire.
Ooh, good.
What these are great items they have in this world.
Oh, yeah. There was the one time he was like, he just learned about the appraisal skill. So he goes and talks to a black market dealer who deals in magical items. But the reason he's in black market dealing is because most of them could be fraud. Most of them could be cursed. He doesn't know. And most people don't know. So Theodore walks in and is just like, do. I can tell you what every single one of these things does for a moderate price of like the garbage. He's like, I don't trust you. Why are you doing something nice for me? Because obviously black market dealer.
Yeah.
So they have to pull out an entire like basically soul contract. It's just like, I will not fuck you over. This benefits us both. That sort of thing.
Okay. I'm glad those exist.
Yeah.
Man, life oaths are like the most convenient things in these universes.
Yeah, man. There's no better way to prove your real intent.
Exactly that. So, like, anyways, he beats the kid. Vince finds out, oh shit, you made your 3rd circle. You're graduated. Not only that, you're better than everybody now because of this thing. Oh yeah, by the way, Theodore confides in no one about gluttony except Vince. Vince is the only person who knows.
I wouldn't have told Vince.
Cool guy Vince.
No, Vince was even just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so he helps him feed it a book, like an original book. And I will tell you the importance of the original book in a second. However, then Vince is like, hey, can I have that question instead of that other book that you're going to feed it? Can I have the question?
Okay, Vince is smart as shit. Yeah.
Because like Vince has been out here like researching what he needed to break through to the next circle. And he hasn't been able to do it. He's just been stuck.
No.
So he talks to Gluttony for a second. He's like, hey, he's like researching an ancient language that makes magic like harder to cast but better. And Gluttony was just like, oh yeah, no, that's an ancient text that's like blah da 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 da. Vince immediately is shocked and like has a breakthrough.
Okay. One, Gluttony's broke. Two,
Well, I mean,
Broke
it's an
himself.
MC item. It
Vince
to be,
has
right?
the correct. Can we follow Vince as a main character?
Oh,
Because
Vince sticks around.
Vince sounds
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, no, Vince is like, okay, so this place has nothing for you. We're leaving. But before that, he gives Theodore a book that's, let me see. I believe it is called, it's the primer into like advanced ballistics or magic ballistics. Basically, Magic Bullet.
Ooh.
And it was written by a guy named Alfred Belantes, who was like a young prince who basically became like a war hero with this magic and this magic alone. He just honed it to be better than anything.
Damn.
So it was like he basically had a sniper rifle in his hand
That's good.
against knights. So like,
Yeah, no, that's real good.
That's real good.
so like Theodore eats the book and it's like, this is an original work. Synchronization with the original author starting.
Time out. Hold up.
Synchronization, you say?
If you can get your hand on the original text, not a copy, can you synchronize? Can you always synchronize with the original creator?
No. Okay, so he has to A, eat the book. B, original copies cannot, like, if you have an original, you can use copy magic to make it. You can't make copies of copies. And there can only be one original book.
Yeah.
So, like,
So once you devour the original book, no one else can learn it.
basically, all of the that are out there are all that are out there unless you hand
Yeah,
it.
you can never make a copy of a unique because, like, a unique is a copy of a copy. You can't copy it.
Right. So,
That's fucked up.
so his,
So Magic Bullet's just gone now.
well, I mean, like, the original and all of all the copies that are out there are all that are out there. So it becomes a limited series. But my point is, and people, like, there are certain parts of the world, especially in Meltor, they don't talk about original works because they didn't want to put a price on knowledge. They didn't want people collecting original books because of the value, and they instead were like, don't even worry about it. If it's an original, who cares? It's the same as a regular. That's how Meltor, that's how this kingdom works, because they're a kingdom of wizards. They want everybody to have the knowledge so they can become better wizards.
I like that. That's good. But when you get something broke like that, I'm going original book hunting.
Oh, he's
yeah.
going original book hunting. So far where I'm at, he has 4. Now, every single one of these are hilarious. So this one gave him Magic Bullet, or Magic Missile. He reads another one that's an elemental primer that allows him to basically have a copy of Mother Earth, but at a fledgling stage that grows over time.
What?
Yeah, he has like a small little clay doll that's a manifestation of Mother Earth.
Just young Gaia just hanging out.
Yeah.
That's
Fledgling Gaia.
How it do?
Yeah.
What can fledgling Gaia do?
She can move through the earth as if water. She can move it around. She can just insta-create pits. She can...
Wait, so she just has Earth control in general?
Good.
That's
It's Mother Earth.
Wait, like so like Earth as in like the element of Earth, but then also things on the Earth, or just the element of Earth?
The element of earth.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just like rocks and mud stuff. Just like happens
that's
all the time.
good as hell though.
But he's a magician, so it's just like, I need to distract him for half a second. Pit under his foot.
It's
Just
super
throws- it
good.
throws
Great
him off.
concentration.
It's just like Mung Hao whenever he just throws out that 8th ceiling hex that just like causes people to lurch to a stop. Like, it just throws them off every time. Same. So, so anyways, they're making their way to the capital where Theodore is, they're waylaid by hobgoblins along the way because they're part of a caravan. Vince takes on the leader, whereas Theodore just sort of manhandles the other ones, like sort of trash hobgoblins. He knew they were coming because they typically burrow. So that
Of course, Gaia. Shout outs
Yeah.
to Gaia.
I already knew.
Echoes
Our
right through the
sense-
Earth, man.
So he's got identifying items for free. He's got Trimmer Sense Companion familiar. This is some bullshit.
Oh no, it only piles on, and
Somehow Vince is competing with this.
oh no, he's the teacher. He's like he's the guy who's like, oh yeah, this is what you need to do for your next circle. Yeah, no, get more powerful. Come with me. We're going to the capital. We
Nice.
find out Vince was a part of the 4 towers. There are 4 tower masters. like there's a red, a blue, a yellow, and a white tower. And there are 4 tower masters. And under them are basically the best wizards of the kingdom.
Of course.
They are the elite. Vince is a part of the red tower, the attack mages. They're the fire guys.
Oh, the evokers.
Oh, yeah. Which is headed up by a beautiful dragon lady. She looks like a person, but she's like a quarter dragon. But that just makes her an incredible fire wizard.
I mean, of course.
She's one of the 8 circle wizards.
Of course she is.
Yep. There's a blue tower master named Blundell, which is this old guy who's ripped as shit.
Ripped old dudes are the best.
And carries around a
Fun
staff.
characters.
He does ice and defense magic, as he do. There's the yellow tower, which is all about alchemy and making stuff. I don't really know about the tower master of that. But the white tower is my favorite. It's the wind and spatial magic guys. So they're the teleporters. They're the scouts. They're the
Nice.
spies. Those guys are awesome.
If teleport magic exists in a world, it's usually my favorite type.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. It's hard. Most people can't do it, but it's okay. We typically wander around with the white tower master, who's just the best at it. So, like, you get to see all the cool parts of teleportation.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So anyways, when he first gets there, there's like an apprentice tournament that happens immediately as he shows up. So because that's, I believe, the reason why they came out here. It's been a while since I've read the very beginning of this book. Forgive me. So he ends up fighting, basically the Blue Tower Master's granddaughter, the scion of the Blue Tower, basically. She's better than him, but he can cheat. So he wins. He becomes the best guy. He gets a place in the red tower along with his master. And then events just begin to unfold, like weird, crazy events. It doesn't matter where he goes. It's very like Praise the Orky. Like if he shows up in an area, something happens.
Some shit's going down.
Yeah, it has to. There's
Yeah.
just
It's like very Wheel of Time to Varen. People who just twist knots and fate around them.
The call of adventure knows where you live.
Yeah.
So yeah, he there's a lot of other shit that just goes down. Like he fights an Elder Lich grimoire. He fights
Time out. Can gluttony eat other grimoires?
yes.
Ooh.
However, if it eats a grimoire that's more
Ooh.
powerful than Theodore can handle, it will kill him. So,
Okay.
but that's a function of his inventory is he can just hold it.
Until he's ready to consume it.
Goddamn.
Oh, shit.
That's actually when he opens up inventory, is in the fight with that grimoire.
Mm.
I love Korean novels that like give you that completionist urge, like where you're like you're like, man, if this was a game, I would be playing it for the achievements.
Yes. Well, okay. Like, not only like there are battle wizards. In the Eastern continent, i.e. Asia, they'd have shamanism, which is bad magic. So they're just a lot of like punchy dudes because they're just better with aura. Aura doesn't work with magic. Magic doesn't work with aura.
The classic.
And it doesn't work with the divine either.
The classic.
It doesn't work with psychic either.
Unless you're unless you're conquering it.
Unless
from
you're a main
breakers.
character.
You're the main character, but continue.
No, it seems like this is where it falls in line with a lot of other Korean novels.
Check one more off truck bingo.
So he ends up eating another book. I really want to talk about this one called Battle Song. It basically uses magic in the place of aura for him to do kung fu.
Of course, you really want to talk about Battle Song.
Well, it's because it's about kung fu magicians.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But it's a song as well, right?
I mean, not
Does
really.
he sing it?
Battle Song is just the name.
Okay, because
Lame.
I would love a kung fu magician bard. Sounds fantastic to me.
I was honestly imagining like a K-pop dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the guy's name is like Lee Jun Young. It's like the most Korean name of a guy who like made a technical battle song. It's just like, oh, so this guy's Theodore Miller, and that's Lee Jun Young. I wonder where they're from. Yeah,
Probably
like
different places.
it is not thinly it is very thinly veiled as to that this is just kind of our world. But not.
It's like Valkyria Chronicles level of not Europe.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh, man.
even down to the not Germans.
The not Germans attacked not Poland. Oh no.
Yeah, there's a country I cannot for the life of me remember the name. Oh yeah, Andrus. The Andrus Kingdom. They are quote unquote not Germany. They have sword masters. Ooh, sword masters. And they are the bitter enemies of Meltor. They're the two countries in the north, and by God, one of them will live and one of them will die.
So
Heaven's
what
not
you're
big
saying?
enough for the two of them.
Basically.
What you're saying is MC's country is Poland, and that country is not Germany.
Very much so.
So, okay, not Finland, but not Poland.
Eventually, they go to the not Middle East.
Ooh,
Oh, what
fancy.
do they have in the not Middle East?
Do they meet a fakir?
A goddamn no! They have the goddamn czar, not the czar, the sultan, and his janissaries.
Ooh.
Yeah, their
I don't
country-
know what the fuck they are, but Janissary is such a fucking cool name.
They're like the swords master, like guardsmen of the sultan.
I played Age of Empires when you got the Janissaries and they were the first unit with guns. It was ridiculous.
Oh, shit.
Hilarious. But yeah, no. So apparently their kingdom is getting wiped out by a dying dragon. A dragon is sitting in a desert, letting himself die because he's like, well, end of my life. And it's killing me.
Dragons are that strong?
Yeah.
Jesus
It's because
Christ.
he's a sand dragon, so like as he's dying, the area just becomes worse and worse desert.
Oh shit.
It's like
Yeah.
the earth is crying out for him.
Womp womp.
So yeah, and then like he goes to other places. There's like a auction, an underground auction he goes to get books and magic items.
Check that one off as well.
Yeah.
He ends up pissing off a giant sect of warlocks.
Honestly, I might put like first auction, second auction, and third auction as separate squares on the sheet.
Oh shit! I forgot about the elves.
No, they go. Save
There's
it.
elves?
You could save it for later, Bill.
No, because it's in the middle. I've
Okay.
skipped over them. Goddamn elves. Yeah, they're elves and they're high elves. High elves have no gender until they find someone they love.
My
That's
God.
incredibly important.
Oh,
and
that
they made sure of it.
time out. That's kind of freaky. That's like what is
That's,
it? The chicks from Mass Effect? What is it? The Asari from Mass
Yep.
Effect? It don't matter what you are.
We were watching a show with that, and what was that show that we were watching with that? in it?
UQ Holder, aka
UQ Holder.
Nagima 2.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh God.
So yeah, like so at some point in time he has a mission. He's just like, I gotta save this high elf. So he does. And the high elf falls madly in love with him. Of course, this happens later when he also saves the world tree.
Of
Well,
course there's a world tree.
I was gonna say that would definitely make the high elf want him even harder.
Yep. So he ends. Oh, to save her the first time, he fights Pride.
the grimoire
Of
pride.
Yes. It's
My
What
like,
does it do?
favorite
I was gonna
sin.
ask this earlier. What does that do? I want to know.
it wishes to be the greatest being, so it goes around just eating like creatures for their best parts.
Ooh.
Perfect cell?
Yeah, so it'll like burst out with like a centaur leg, wasp, like a mantis forebody, and like giant wings to make it go really fast, and then it'll turn into like a giant muscly crab thing, and like yeah, no, it's like
It's pretty fucking neat, man.
I want to see a swole crab with muscles so hard.
it's Crablanti
Yeah,
from One Punch Man.
Man.
Yeah, you're right. Holy shit, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So,
That
anyways,
exists.
by the way, his name isn't technically Pride; it's Superbia.
Mm.
Of course, Priebus.
Way to decipher that.
Mhm.
Very, very cleverly hidden rainbow turtle. We never would have figured it out.
Yep. So like he runs into, I believe, 2 other sins. I haven't seen Sloth yet, which makes sense.
He'll get around to getting shown up in the story.
I mean, like,
What about lust?
yeah, he makes Lust. Lust is just terrifying.
What does lust do?
She's trying to create the perfect offspring.
Ugh.
Oh.
It's the same. She's almost doing the same thing as Pride, but Pride wants to become the greatest being, and she wants to give birth to the greatest being.
Well,
So shouldn't Pride and lust just hook up after?
No, because they hate each other.
Of course.
Pride would never want to contribute to something.
Oh, I
being
mean,
better
it's
than
Pride.
him.
I mean,
Yeah, he's not gonna make a child better than him. No.
how? I would kill that child before it happened.
Yeah. So now
Exactly.
you realize how Pride works. No. We also
Star-crossed.
find out Envy. Envy's pretty cool.
Where's greed?
I don't know. Either that or that was greed and envy's. I don't know. Either way, like they're pretty much interchangeable in my mind. Anyways. Its name isn't greed or envy, so I'm just like, it's one of those two.
You know, I gotta say, I have a question about the elf that falls madly in love with him
Eleanor?
and becomes a
Please.
she. How does that process work? So it's just like, I'm really in love with them. Magic vagina, or like
That's the
develop
idea.
breasts. It just happens. Like, are they just like blanks? And then
They're sort of incredibly androgynous, which sort of leans towards female, but then they move more towards, because like elves are feminine.
they're already
people anyways.
Yeah,
So like, yeah. So like for her, it was just she just
except
matured.
how quick is the process?
I'd say like doesn't take that long, less than a year-ish.
Oh,
As long as
okay.
it was like, as soon as it was set in her mind, it just sort of started.
Okay.
Now I feel bad for elves. You pick a gender and then like,
Oh no, that's high elves.
I feel bad for high elves. You pick a gender and what if the person rejects you?
That is an idea, and that like usually they wait for reaffirmation. She just did it
Oh, damn.
because she was just like, nah, it doesn't even matter. Like I still love him. That said, there's like 6 of them.
6 of elves?
High elves.
There's not that many.
Right. She is the 6th high elf.
Oh no.
So, okay, you keep making a distinction between elves and high elves. Are there dark elves? Are there low elves? Are there...
No. Elves are like dudes. High elves are like magic dudes.
Gotcha.
High elves have an innate connection with nature. Anywhere they go, shit just starts blooming for no reason, but because they're there.
I gotcha.
Are they created by the heaven and earth, or
Pretty much the world tree. The world tree and like the descendants of the world tree have like long since been forgotten, and these are their descendants, and they're considered like holy amongst elves,
Of course.
that sort of thing. Oh, by the way, the elves are in the north too, so they could help either side, and they don't. They're just like, nah, we're neutral. We don't want anything to do with you, Andrews or Meltor. And then he saves Elf Queen number 6, and they're like, you know what, Meltor, we like you. Why don't you send him over here to the World Tree? And then shit goes down, and Demon tries to destroy the World Tree, and he stops that shit. And then the World Tree's like, you know what, Meltor, you're all right.
Melter's pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
let me
we
give you some of
got
this
you.
world tree-ness over here.
So like, Brook Eating Magician continues. Like, I haven't even scratched upon all the sword people. God damn sword people.
Does he start consuming originals of the sword people?
Nah, there's no like sword books. There's no aura books.
Why would there be sword books?
I mean, in real life, there are manuals
dude,
made
of
by
course.
monks teaching you the proper way of wielding a
Yeah,
weapon.
But I
Yeah,
mean, it's
but,
like
like-
it's nowhere in Meltor. There's really very few places he would get it, unless he like went to like Andrus or.
I figured, to Andrus we go. I'm
Oh,
taking
no.
those books.
No, if he shows up in Andrus, he is fucking dead. Like, moment he sets foot, one of the 2 greatest swordsmen cut him down.
You didn't talk about the 2 greatest swordsmen.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I didn't know that.
There are the 7 swords of Andrus, and 1 and 2 do not leave the capital city.
Damn.
Except the one time number 2 was ordered to leave, and then he was on an assassination mission to kill Theodore.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
It's okay. Theodore summoned a demon.
Goddamn.
Wait, what?
It's all right. I'm just gonna hit you with like really fast and hard ideas. And we're just gonna barrel through this.
Casualty. When did this become fucking
It's
Tensei Shatara slimed out of Ken?
No,
Like,
it spirals out of control, and then it slows down. It goes faster and slows down.
I mean, it's a pretty snowbally fucking power, it sounds like.
Yeah.
it would be.
one of the greatest swordsmen showed up to kill him. I'm gonna lose. Demon!
Oh no, it wasn't even like a thought. He was just like, well, I have 2 choices: die or summon this demon.
I'm gonna summon demon.
Demon it is.
We'll try the demon today.
Did the swordsman beat the demon?
No, the demon wasn't there long enough to kill the swordsman, but the swordsman lost to the demon. Demons are not to be trifled with.
Apparently.
Like, they do not exist on this plane. So they cheat at magic. So like, yeah, no, you just don't mess with demons. Don't
Summon
mess-
an outsider. Did he banish the demon after it was done, or?
Oh no, the demon was just like, all right, well, that was my contract. Peace.
That was fun.
And did he leave our
Bye.
plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he went
Woo.
back from whence he came. He had no
Okay.
reason to stay.
I thought it would be I summoned this demon. He did his job. Now he's going to enslave us all. That was what I was worried about.
Yeah, no. He was like, hey, that was fun. Also, sword guy, you're not too bad. Well, okay, you're terrible, but you're not too bad. Peace.
so the demon was a bro?
Pretty much. Yeah, no. Demon was a bro.
What's the downside of summoning demons?
You have to sacrifice something that the demon's like, yeah, okay, I accept that.
What did he
was
sacrifice?
It was like a magic item, like an amulet that like had cursed souls in it.
Oh,
The-
well,
the
that sounds
thing-
like something to even be into.
The thing he basically outbid the warlocks for that made them angry and try to put a hit out on him.
Secret auction.
The warlocks got the kind of money to hire one of the 7 swords of Andrus.
No. Andrus needs to kill Theodore at this point in time. He is a problem. He is getting close. I believe at this point in time he has 7 circles, moving towards 8. So like they need him dead. If he does not die, he will make to where Meltor can everything he has done has made Meltor in a better position to fight them. They have not taken a step back since he is shown.
So if he becomes an 8th circle, that means Meltor has 5 8th circle mages now?
at least 3. Like we have 3 right now, which is Orta, Blundell, and Veronica.
Uh-huh.
I don't think the Yellow Tower Master is an 8th circle, but it's because he makes so much money with his like really good abilities that they just don't worry about it. He's
he doesn't care
He's
to
just
get
the
you stronger.
economy. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So
Yeah.
it sounds like you've gotten pretty far into the existing story now.
I am basically caught
Nice.
Yeah,
to,
no,
to
no, I
the
mean, like, in
translation
terms
of
of, like-
what Rainbow. Yeah.
What we're talking about here, like what?
Oh yeah, no, I skipped into a good deal into it just to talk about some silly shit. Like
How long is this series? Or we like?
I would say we're in 282 right now, translated, something like that.
And
Pretty
do we know how many chapters are going to be, or is it still ongoing?
I have literally no idea. It is continuing, and from how I feel where we are right now, I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Maybe around chapter 300, maybe 350, but that just might be me, like,
It'll make sense as to how it wraps up.
right. Like, I might just be too used to Chinese novelizations that, like, you know, I'm expecting it to go on for thousands of chapters.
I mean, the Korean novels, they tell you when they're going to end. Like Dungeon Hunter, you can feel the ending coming. Like, we know what's happened. And then they're like, no, we're just joshing you. We're going to extend this like 50 more chapters, but you still felt the ending coming.
yeah. No, I don't feel it. I mean, they may be on the precipice of, like, the final war, but I don't even think, like, the final war is going to be the end of it. He hasn't even met the last half, like,
Poorly named war, then.
exactly. No, there's like 2 or 3 sins he hasn't even met yet. Like, I don't believe the story will end before I meet Sloth, at the very least.
Has Gluttony become, sentient yet?
Oh yeah, no. He's like really early. Like he just was groggy, and once he woke up after a couple of books, he's like, "Hey, you should probably do these things to make it easier to unlock me." Hey guy, hey. You know. So no, he is Gluttony is a bro. Because like sure, you understand at some point he is a neutral existence that just wants him to get more powerful so that it can win. But you know, still like is awesome and helps out. Like
I hope it's a twist and the Book Eating Magician ends with Gluttony getting absolute power and then destroying the world.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be like a good twist.
Or
because,
like he has to fight Gluttony in the end.
Yeah. Something's gonna have to happen because like all the sins have so far have been assholes.
I mean, Gluttony hasn't been an asshole.
No, because like the greed or envy, whichever one we have met, isn't an asshole. He's just not a human.
All right. I love it when not human people are like chill.
That's so rare.
Hey, they're still an asshole because like they don't care about human life or like human dignity or anything like
I
that.
mean, that's not good.
I mean, yeah. Again, they're still an asshole, but like they're pretty cool, and they don't like as long as the main character's there, they don't try to overstep that bound.
All right. I guess.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
But he's eventually gonna die of old age, and those things aren't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So like, if I had to put my finger on anything wrong with this book, is that I love Theodore, but he's kind of boring. because he's just a really good, I gotta do hard work so I can save people, so I can protect people. Blah da 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 da. He doesn't actually do anything like he doesn't have like those weird character quirks like Meng Hao and his obsession with money, or like Yun Chi and his just women.
Like,
He doesn't
just
have his
kinda
own
bland.
motivation outside of
Right.
I'm
save
strong
people.
because I want to be a good person, and only if I'm strong can I be a good
Oh
person.
God, it's Ichigo.
Yeah, he wants to save his family and his friends.
See, that's the problem because that becomes anything long running with a character like that. They don't self-perpetuate their story. Like
No,
they're
it's
not
always things
a
around
Luffy.
him.
Things around you happen. Oh man, someone got kidnapped again.
So yeah,
Well, I do admit that the ability to write plot hooks into existence is the privilege of being an author, but yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate. It's better when you can have characters that like have a lot of dynamic growth.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess that brings us into our next segment.
Our second to last segment, which is the one that we've really been enjoying recently, we didn't even get to talk about. I bet there's some crazy shit we didn't even get to talk about in this one, Bill.
We didn't even get to talk about the pirate archipelago.
Like, okay.
Yeah, so like there's a point in time where he's just like, I gotta be out of the country for a while. So he goes to a set of islands that's run by pirates.
We didn't even get to talk about.
The ruler of the pirate archipelago, the sea dragon Aquilo.
We didn't even get to talk about.
No, blast through it. Go through it.
We
Break
didn't-
right through.
We didn't even get to talk about 2D magic.
We didn't even get to talk about.
Let's see, we didn't even talk about our bro Randolph.
We didn't even get to talk about.
We didn't even get to talk about Panhelionis, the goddamn power sword of Andrus.
All right, one more. We didn't even get to talk about.
We didn't get to talk about Abe no Seimei.
God damn it, Albedo Seme!
Shows up. Okay, last
I
segment.
have so many questions.
Richard,
I don't. The
read
last one
book.
answers all the rest of the questions. Everything gets weird when Abe no Seme is in a book.
Very last segment of our whole entire episode, you guys. It is the review. We don't have a new review because no one reviewed anything the past 2 weeks. I'm gonna go back to the very first review that we have from anywhere. It's from Fourth Aid. Thanks, Fourth Aid.
Whatever.
It is 4 months ago, and he said, I like the dynamic between three people with knowledge of the themes, tropes, and culture, explaining it all to someone who has none of it. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Fourth Aid.
I hope
we
we-
did.
Fourth Aid, friend of the podcast.
Just such a good guy.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show. All right. Well,
Can I review your cough?
oh, please
Terrible.
don't. No, it's a bad one.
2-star.
It was a weird noise that I made.
You definitely aren't winning the gold medal for coughs here.
2-star out of 100.
Ooh, wait. Okay, so who are the judges? Are they flimmy old men that live in retirement homes and hang out at delis?
No, of course not. There's like
They all
there's
have
one
gout.
of them.
They all
Okay.
have gout.
Okay, so there's one. Who are the other representatives of judges of the Cough Olympics? Let's just do it just real quick. We got to figure this out. This is too important.
A hypochondriac who's faking it.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Let's see. An actually chronically ill person right next to him, so he always thinks
Ooh.
he's catching what the other person has.
Beautiful. No,
A
okay,
po-
that's three.
A
That's,
police chief who's near retirement and had too much shit and coughs a lot when he smokes.
And a bulldog.
bulldog. All right, no, that makes sense.
Boom.
All right, you shot me right out of the water with the bulldog. All right, we will see you guys next time on Treading the Path of Heaven. Please tweet us at Tiger Coaster on Twitter, or send us an email at tiger.rollercoaster@gmail.com, or review this podcast. I'll read it. Look, I went 4 months in the past to find one.
Whoa, you have time Taoist
I
magic?
certainly do.
Before we end, actually,
I certainly.
Okay.
I grabbed
Before
my
we
shirt.
end-
You didn't see that. What's up?
we're lucky. This is our 20th total episode. So, as a bonus, I want to advertise something. We're going to release something alongside this. You'll see it.
It'll be there.
Yeah. We'll have it in its own feed after this first release, but it's gonna be
It's
it's gonna be in there with this. We're gonna try and release it together this week.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, look out for it. It might seem weird, but give it a try.
What's the idea? Give him the elevator pitch there, Billiam.
Well, the show's called I'm Just a Bill.
Yeah.
The show idea is I come up with people who are just a bill. And that's it.
And then we have to create the worlds around them.
I see.
That's it.
Well, that's quite the elevator pitch. I'm interested. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, you'll see. You'll hear.
Like next, like seriously, go listen to it. It's in the feed.
It'll be right after this one.
Yeah,
You'll be
like
surprised when you hear.
But no, as always, thanks again,
shut up,
guys.
Bill.
We'll see you next week. We'll be talking about
King's Avatar.
Oh, there's an anime of that. I might watch that in just preparation. I'm not gonna read any of Book Eating Magician. I've been trying to do this homework shit. I'll probably read some.
You should probably like print it out and then start eating it and see if you can absorb it that way.
That's actually a good idea. All right, we'll see you folks next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Tiger Roller Coaster Productions. Tigers are scary. You try to get off.